Hi, I'm Real Genetic Demon, and this is Season 3, and this is Volume 3 of What's on the Tape. So this week's tape is a Boots C15. It's a bit of a giveaway, I think, that what's actually on it, but it's a Wiedersehen Monty, it looks like, on this side, and on the other side is pokes. So I am not sure whether or not what kind of pokes we're talking about, but I'm guessing these are the ones that were loaded off cover tapes and other things. So that's what's on here. It's quite a short tape, to be honest with you. I've got the case here. It does say on the case, it does actually say Rainbow Island poke, and it says don't load. I don't know why it says don't load. Maybe it doesn't load. Oh, I don't know. We'll see. That's just going to be interesting if it doesn't load. So Wiedersehen Monty might not load. It says don't load on there. But just as a backup, though, I thought this was an absolute classic or a great idea, because I dug it out the box and I thought, wow, this is the one. This is the Crash, June 1989. So we're talking, 30 years ago? 30 years ago. This month, this is what was on the Crash magazine. So we have Dizzy, we have Micronaut 1, Mooncrester, and Wanted Monty Mole. So if this one doesn't work, down there, that one there doesn't work, we'll do this one for sure. Well, actually, we're going to do this one anyway, because we have to. It's June 1989. So, without further ado, we'll stick this in the tape drive. Okay, so tape's in the drive, and we are ready to go. Now, I can't remember if Wiedersehen Monty was 128k game or not, but we'll try it at 48k. I know they said something about 128k on the tape there, but I'm not entirely sure. So let's try this anyway. Let's give a Wiedersehen Monty a blast and see if it will actually load. And I was actually looking at that Crash thing just a moment ago again. Crash June 1989. Dizzy, the Crash edition. Now, is that different? It must be. I guarantee that's different to the original one. Micronaut 1. I don't remember Micronaut 1. Mooncrester's an arcade game, and then I wanted a Monty Mole. I liked Wanted Monty Mole on the Spectrum. Way different to the Commodore 64 version, if you've ever seen it. I mean, like, way different. I mean, it's on my channel, actually. If you have a little search for it, you'll see it. Oh, this is a bit weird. What's going on here? Oh! Alright. Looks like a couple of bytes appeared at the top of the screen there. I don't remember if Wiedersehen Monty. Was the title anything to do with the TV show of Wiedersehen Pet? I don't know. I mean, I assume it's he's leaving Germany. But I don't know why. I don't know the ins and outs of it. I wasn't a big Monty Mole follower. I got Wanted Monty Mole. I think that thing. I didn't buy it, but I mean, I got it as a game. I was just kind of like, yeah, it was. I quite liked the idea of it. It was kind of he was like a fat Jet Set Willy. I think is the answer to that. It's a mole-shaped Jet Set Willy, maybe. No, maybe not fat, but he was quite a chunky little character, to be fair. I kind of got that one, and then they went on to do what was the next one they did? Ooh, I know this is is this the third or the fourth? I think this is the third, isn't it? Because there's one, I don't know. There's definitely one, people rave about one of them, and I can't remember which one it is. I know there's one called Impossible as well. I'm sure there's a series of 4. If you know what they are, put them in the comments below, because I'm sure that Wanted Monty Mole was the first one, because that was a dig at the miners' strikes of the 80s, where Monty was basically in the mines grabbing coal, because basically he was going to die of, well, being cold, I guess. But yeah, so that was a dig at the miners' strike, because I think there was a miner in it as well, wasn't there, blocking the doorway? We'll see anyway, because I've got it on that tape anyhow, that we're going to play, the cover tape. So we've got a Wiedersehen Monty. This will still be quite a reasonable length video if you can dare to watch it all. I know a lot of people sometimes skip through these things and sort of skip parts of it. I'm hoping that my sort of commentary over the top of it keeps you just listening at least. You know, you don't have to wash. You don't have to wash. No, you don't have to wash, but you don't have to watch either. But I'm hoping my commentary over the top of it is enough to kind of keep you entertained for a bit. So anyway, so we've got him. He's a Wiedersehen Monty. Oh, is he going to Germany? Maybe he's going to Germany, because we've got on the front here. We've got clearly a British police officer carrying, I think, a truncheon. Oh no, it's a pistol. He's shooting at the wing. I've just realised there. He's shooting at the wing. If you look down the way he is, he's actually shooting at the wing there.
So we've got British policemen with a gun, which we don't have in the UK. Well, we do. We don't. It depends on what we're talking about here. We've got special people with guns, but anyway, you rarely see them. And then you've got. He's obviously got he's obviously running after him after his police car, and he's got it out of his mini metro because that was like the quality vehicle at the time, and he's chasing him down. I heard a story once about mini metros, and whether it's true or not, it would be lovely to know that it was true. So the story goes that in the middle of the night, the lads are working on the production line on the mini metro, and they're fooling around instead of getting on with it because management is not knocking about at the time. So they're fooling around and they drop something on the top of the mini metro and put a dent in the roof of this thing. So they wheel it off the production line and roll it off, and they're like, what are we going to do about this? Because we put a dirty great dent in the ceiling of it. And the one of the sites nearby happened to be an old military base, a sort of RAF or something similar. And they had these tunnels at the end of it, which were getting bricked up. So they got this mini metro, and they rolled it to the back of this tunnel, which was pitch black, absolutely pitch black. And then, of course, it was sealed up. Now, the rumour and the story goes that many, many years later, I mean, it was a sort of urban myth, wasn't it? Urban myth. Many years ago, many years later, should I say, this thing that was then bricked up the next morning, because you couldn't see the thing at the back because it was so pitch black, because it was so long anyway. When they unbricked it, there at the back was technically there back was a brand new mini metro with a dent in the roof. Now, I'd love somebody to confirm that story's true, because I've never actually been able to confirm it, but I've certainly heard it from a few people about that particular story. Oh, I was making more noise there. I think I could have loaded the 128 version and would have got me more music. Anyway, so there was certainly an Italian Ferrari owner who buried his under his pool. Now that one you can Google. He put a bright green Ferrari underneath his pool. When the pool was dug out to do something else, there his Ferrari was. It seems to be a common thing, burying cars. So I'm pressing 1 for keyboard. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna guess at the keys here. 0 to play. W. What's jump? There we go. So do I need to climb up and down as well? PL probably up and down, isn't it? Do you think P and L's up and down? Yes, P and L. So it's QW space and then P and L. I've collected something for money. Now, is this just a collection game? I can't remember. Some of them were just a collection game. Some of them had like a puzzle element to it. He'll definitely kill me. I'm sure of it. I'm absolutely convinced he'll kill me if I touch him. So. Oh, climb! There we go, we're up. What's that? What did that do? Oh, was that next room I managed to jump into? Yeah. I got compressed. As I say, I was never a Monty fan as such. I didn't dislike it, don't get me wrong. But I never. Oh God, that wasn't very nice of it. Now a lava pit's gonna kill me, isn't it? Yeah. What did I think? Gibraltar. So he's in Gibraltar. We're gonna wait for that. Oh God, I've got to jump up there. Even worse. Oh, good move. Right. So, he's in Gibraltar. What's going on there? Ah! That was a weird thing. I'm doing some kind of weird spin thing here. What's going on? Oh, those platforms are really weird. Yeah, so I don't know whether I'm making my way to the top or not, or what the deal with it is. Yeah, look, I can do a sort of weird spin on that. The platform's kind of making me spin upwards. Air. I've got some air. Oh, sugar. I don't mind it. I don't dislike it. I just don't. It was never one of my go-to games. I'm quite enjoying this though. I'm quite surprised how. Is that drinkable? I'm kind of on a forward march here because I'm drunk. If I move now, he'll just fly forward. Right, we're in Spain. It's called Spain now. Alright. At least we don't die from long drops. Ooh, burgers. Oh, I'm drunk again. I get points for drinking that, though. Ah! Walked into it. There's a bunny rabbit in the tree, look. That's an extra life. Why is a bunny rabbit an extra life? I don't know the story of Vida Zane Monty. I have no... it was a game that completely passed me by, and I know that's probably terrible to say, but it did. It completely passed me by, did Vida Zane Monty. And I'm not... I like it, but I don't know what I'm doing. And that seems a bit sad, but I don't know what I'm doing. I don't think the climb mechanic was necessarily needed. Do you think the climb mechanic was needed? Right, so I'm kind of stuck in that room. I must go out this room, out that other side. Look where that little gnome thing is. There. Ah, I can climb on the ceiling. Oh. Ah. Oh, game over. Not a game I've played before. Quite like it. The graphics are good. I mean, it's got a nice feel to it. I like the approach. Yeah, it's pretty good, that one. Vida Zane Monty. I think I'll have to do a proper one of those. I'll have to find a copy of it first, though, probably from a specky. I mean, I mean, like most modern specky owners, there's lots of ways of doing things. You know, Play ZX, one of the ways, and of course you've got, you know, which is the sort of tape in the drive and still doing the whole loading. And then there's Div MMC, which I think's brilliant. I love Div MMC. You've got one of those. Very useful for loading things, but sometimes it's just loading the tape and actually owning the tape. Just one of those really nice things. Right, okay. I'm going to see if there's anything on this side of this tape, as well as let's see if there's anything else. Let's go tape loader, because I heard more sounds, but I think that was the end of Vida Zane Monty, as in a 128 version. Yeah, that was definitely the end of that. I wonder if there's anything else on this tape, whether they've over-recorded something. They might have just over-recorded something. Some people often did that. They wrote over the tops of the tapes. Good old Boots tapes. C15s. It's a long... Whatever it was quite long. Oh, it's quiet now. Right, okay, let's see if we can get any sound out of it. I have a feeling... He says, moving the microphone to have a little look at the tape drive itself. It looks pretty much done. Pretty much done. Quick fast forward will prove my point. There's not going to be much at there. There we go, tender tape, right. Okay, let's flip it over and have a look and see what the Oaks thing is. This could be, as it said on the inside, Rainbow Island Pokes. Could be. I quite enjoyed that one, though. I've not played that one before. I could see myself... Do you know the funny thing is about that, when I was loading that there, is I actually didn't expect to like it. More a case of that... that's not going very well. Let's rewind that. I don't know what it is, but I sometimes, you know... mainstream games sometimes pass me by. I like to think of myself as a sort of the indie guy in that sense. You know, it's sort of like in those games that nobody else likes, or things that aren't particularly. There we go. Yeah, Rainbow Island Poke. Yeah, it's the Rainbow Island Poke. So this will be a poke to give you extra lives or something similar. That's really weird with the corruption on the top screen. That's the second time on this tape that I've seen that happen. Yeah, my Specky isn't on the way out. It's weird. Anyway, right. Yeah, it's the second time I've seen that happen. Right, I'm rewinding that bit. Yeah, it's going for it. Okay, it's going for it. Nah, that's overwritten that. because that's just gone straight into some other sounds. Okay, let's break that. If we can. We list it. Close. Wrong button. List. Do you know what, though? You could probably just run that and it'll be fine. So, anyway. Push and continue there. Let's do new. Let's do load dip and see what happens. Dip. Right, let's see if there's anything else on here. I could see wanting a Rainbow Island poke. It was a very tough game. I really liked Rainbow Island. I mean, at the end of the day, though, I mean, with we were all sort of cheated in a strange sort of way by arcade games, and I'll explain that why I say that. We were cheated because at the end of the day, the games were designed to take money. So regardless of how well you performed, finishing it with a credit, it shows some real skill. But some games were most games that were arcade related were designed with taking your money. So they were designed to sort of take that coin, take it away from you. I mean, the one example that always rings a bell in my head is the Battletoads one. Now Rare created an arcade game. It's one, I think it may be their only arcade game they created. And there's a particular boss fight. I think it's maybe even the last one. And the last boss, the first sort of 30 seconds, although he's like, flashing as if he's being hit by your fire. That first 30 seconds, he takes no damage at all. And that's the arcade way, you see. So although he looks like he's getting hit by your firepower or whatever else it is, he is actually taking 0 damage. And they actually explained this in a YouTube video, and they sort of said that this is one of the things that they had to learn, you see, because they were used to sort of giving players a reasonable chance. You want to keep them experience going, whatever else it is. But when it comes to arcade games, the idea is to take coin and take coin and shift on to the next person quickly, or whatever else it is, or make you spend more money. And this is one of the things they said, that particular end boss he didn't die. Right, okay, so we're on to the Crash tape of June 1989. 30 years ago this tape came out. 30 years ago this tape came out. Last century. Right, I'm on tape's side A, so this should be the Dizzy Crash edition. I don't know what that makes. I don't know what difference that makes. I mean, it might be different items or something similar, but we will start loading it. I'm quite looking forward to this one, actually. I think this is going to be quite fun. I don't know what Micronaut 1 is, though. That's really bugging me, because I feel like I should know it, because I would have had this tape because I was a big Crash follower, and now you're Sinclair. I've actually had them all. I used to get them all whenever I got a chance. Oh no! Behave yourself. Behave yourself. There. 30 years tape. It's got to take a toll on something when it's 30 years old with the magnetic format. And I'd bet you they didn't use exactly expensive tapes. I mean, we discussed this in my last video that there's different types. No, don't do that. Right, okay, let's push the reset button and we'll see if we can load it with the tape loader. Let's go with the whole hog this time round. Let's do the tape loader. Okay. Come on, Tapey. We want to play Dizzy the Crash Edition. If not, I'm going to find my phone. In fact, finding my phone right now, we might get ZX Play out for this. What the heck? Play, sin? Something weird going on today. I've got a virus. You imagine Specky virus. I bet there was them. I bet somebody invented. No, maybe not. I don't know. Was it too early to invent viruses? I don't know. Let's go back. Let's play this again. Don't be nasty. We've just done a Vida Zane Monty. We enjoyed that one. Enjoyed Vida Zane Monty. I wouldn't mind so much, but it's actually come in a nice case and everything. Somebody got the trouble of putting it in the case. Codemasters and, What is that? It's not even reading it properly, is it? Right. Okay, we're going to flip it over. We'll try this. Sometimes I have some success turn the tape over and I try the other side first. So we're going to try the other side first and we'll see what happens, because that technically should be Mooncrester and Wanted Monty Mole. So rewind that, we'll try playing it through a little bit and see what happens, because that was a bit bad, wasn't it? So let's get the basic. I will get ZX Play out right now while we're doing it, so hang on a second. Right, not gone too far away, just grabbing my phone, phone grabbed, and I'm going to just go over here and grab my, you know, I said to myself I wouldn't get this thing out because I wouldn't need it, but I have to get it out. So I've got the MP3 tape playing thing. Let's see where the tapes rewind to. Yeah, got that. ZX Play. Let's have a look on ZX Play quickly now while we're doing this. So ZX Play. Let's see if we can find the Crash edition of Dizzy. Oh, it might not be available though. This is because Codemasters are one of the few companies that don't provide them, make them available. Ooh. I think I found it. I don't know if I'm 100% with this Crash edition. Crash. No, I think I've just found Dizzy. Well, we might just load Dizzy if we can't do anything else. So just to the heck of it. So let's we've wound this tape. Let's give this a play and see whether or not we can find out what's on this side. I've got a small helper is coming to my room at the moment. He's standing in the background making noises, only just quietly, but he's coming. You okay, fella? He's gone. He has gone. He has left us. He's left us to it. He's not interested in 8-bit games. Actually, it's not true. He just quite likes watching the 8-bit games. He likes watching the screen loading. So I watched a thing recently. I can't remember what it was on. Mooncrest this will be right. Watched the thing on it was British Telecom had done this. I've done this little advert, and I think it was from a while ago, where they showed some children, some 9-year-olds, a ZX a 48k rubber key Specky, and then said to them, load things like that. Now, one of the children was very positive about it, really enjoyed it. They were playing Daley Thompson's Decathlon, not necessarily one of the better games to first go for, but they were playing Daley Thompson's Decathlon when they finally worked out what they were meant to do and how they were meant to load a tape, and then they were all bored watching it loading. I think that it's not going very well today. Not happy at all. It's not loading. Let's go back a bit. Let's rewind that. Let's try it again. It's not going very well at all. We might have to put Wanted Monty Wall on some other way. Let's do this anyway. Try it again. What was I saying? Loading the Spectrums. So most of the kids weren't very impressed, and they weren't impressed by the loading and whatever else is. But that's half the joy, you see. Nowadays, when you get a game, you just get like the cover, and you don't get any instructions. Now, when you're a Spectrum owner or any other owner, for that matter, apart from a couple of odd exceptions where there was no instructions whatsoever, you'd get your inlay, you'd have your picture, and you'd look at the picture and be like, cool, and then you'd look on the inlay and you'd read the instructions about how you're going to play the game. However, to be honest with you, I can't read them nowadays almost because my eyesight's so bad when I look at the close-up things. The lighting's tiny. It's just tiny writing. But anyway, but that's what you did with that. That's what you did with the two. That's what you did with the 2.5 minutes that you were loading the game for. That's what you were doing with that for 2.5 minutes. It was the half of the fun. The anticipation was brilliant. When the game loaded, you were like, yes, Daley Thompson, Decathlon, or whatever else it was. And that was the thing. It was half the battle was the anticipation. Nowadays, you put a game into your console and then you wait for the update for the next 20 minutes, and they don't see that in the same sort of way, because obviously they can put something else on and let it load in the background. But that's not going very well. This. Let's just see if we can fast forward onto Monty Moore, because that's not going very well. Let's press the brake key. Will it break? No, it won't break. It won't even break. Not even funny. This tape has obviously seen better days. A question I've got now looking to myself is, have I got another crash of that time? I'm just looking at my shelf here because there are hundreds of these tapes out there, thousands of these tapes out there. Everybody who got Crash got a copy of this tape. They're everywhere. So I wonder if I have another one. Hang on, I'll just have a look on my shelf here. I'm just going to whisk through because I've got some Crash ones up on here. A few Crash tapes around here, not a massive number, but I've got a few Crash ones. Let's have a little look. No, nothing to hand. Right, so what we'll do, because I don't think this tape's going to go very well. What we're going to do is we're going to do, I think we'll do Dizzy, and I'll put the tape thing that I've got in, and we'll do Dizzy. So we'll try and do all the things that are on here. I know it's not the Crash edition, but we'll give it a whirl, and we'll see whether Dizzy works off here. May or may not do. We'll give it a try. It's worth a try. That's a shame. I'm a bit disappointed by that. And one of the rare occasions as well, the tape was rewound. You get these things and they're quite often not rewound. But this is one of those rare occasions that it actually was. Right, let's get this in here. So this is this ZX Play is a godsend for those of us who like to load games the old-fashioned way. This is a godsend. This is one of my favourite things. Right, okay, so that one. Yeah. Stop. Pause. Forgot to put the load dit there. Right, now play. There we go. Right, okay. Sorry to a few people who don't like Dizzy, but it's on the tape, so we're giving it a go. I'm tad disappointed we didn't get that to work though. But we'll do it in order. So we got Crash, but obviously we haven't got the Crash. Crash. We'll do Dizzy. Unfortunately, we haven't got the Crash edition, which is a bit of a shame. Then we got Micronaut 1. Now, was the Crash edition a lot shorter? I mean, if you had the Crash edition, was it shorter? I don't remember personally. I just have a feeling some of the items have changed. There's a couple of other sort of like assets in the game, a couple of graphics that weren't in the other things. Then we got Micronaut 1, we got Moon Cresta, which again I guess is an arcade game, and we got Monty Mole to go. So let's just get this one. Let's get this one loaded. Now I heard that interestingly enough, that this was actually created not on the Spectrum first. This was created on the Amstrad. This is where it first came from, so it must have been quite nice for them to be able to get more colours in the higher res on the screen for them. I'm surprised, however, that on the Amstrad version they opted for 4 colours rather than going with the full 27 colour palette. I suppose you would have lost some of without a doubt you'd have lost some of the fidelity on the character. There would have been less sort of pixels per square inch, but it would have been a star performer, I suspect, on the Amstrad as a direct result. But anyway, I always think of Dizzy as a Spectrum thing. I think Dizzy's a Spectrum game. It's interesting to see, however, though on ZX Play it's appeared there, because normally it's one that's, as I say, licensed specifically to the tape itself. So right, we're just loading. I don't know how long this load is actually. It could be a big one or a short one. Dizzy with his lives there at the top of the screen. They've already populated the top of the screen. They've saved time and graphics there. They didn't even bother doing anything else. Look, there's the high score and all the other things. And holding the items. You had to pick up items as you went around. Remember that. Collecting things. This is an action adventure with platforming feels. The only thing if I had one argument with Dizzy, it's probably the way he jumps. But that wasn't the first game where the jump was a major factor. I mean, Dizzy jumps and sort of rolls as he does through the air, and it's not, as I say, it's not the first, and it will not be the last game of its type that kind of certainly in the 8-bit generation anyway, that kind of had that weird and wonderful jump, if you know what I mean. It was just sometimes a bit difficult to control, and sometimes a bit difficult to do bits and pieces with. So it's really nice, that picture, actually. I'm just looking at that. It's really good. Quite good, yeah, it's quite good. I like the effort that's gone into drawing Dizzy there. It's really nice. It's a magic castle over there. I mean, isn't it the usual thing though? Isn't his girlfriend been captured by some evil king or something similar? He has to save them. Oh, is it saving the yokel folk? Yeah, there's a lot of egg-related jokes here. What would you expect? Expect? See? Egg? No. No? Okay, I'll get my coat. Oh, dear. Oh. What came first, the dizzy or the egg? Or the chicken and the dizzy? I don't know. One or two. Something came first, definitely. I always wondered why he wore boxing gloves, though. He doesn't really have legs either, he just has boxing gloves. He's a very magical egg, that's what he is. He's a magical egg. He's a happy, magical egg. It's very exciting. I'm cheating, you know. I'm just looking there at the Play ZX where you can actually see the time left on it. It's really naughty that. That's the one thing I do dislike about it. It's telling me the time. I'd like to kind of turn that off and not see the time because I mean that's part of the pleasure. Will this load? Will it work? Will we do the job? Will it happen? Clearly, it will. There's the music. The ultimate cartoon adventure, devised and written by the Oliver twins. Sweet. Right. Okay. What's the controls? Q. I think. And there's a jump. There we go. There's our little dizzy friend. And you see how he does that rolling jump? A lot of people don't like that. That's what I'm saying about. Right. What's this? I think you pick that up. How do we pick that up? P's to pause. Q's to quit. Surprisingly, would you believe it? Would you believe it? Q is to quit. Right, hang on. So what would be the logical button to pick something up? The C button. Right. Enter. Enter! Aha! Enter's the button. Right, okay. Enter allows us to pick stuff up. So, mucky grease gun. Right, there's a use for this. I remember this. This is weird. That's the life. I just remember this. So, you got a mucky grease gun, and then it basically you get a little bit of instructions here. It says mine entry. And you can't get past the mine entry because, look, it's all jammed together. So, what you do is you use the mucky grease gun on the trolley, the minecart, and it pushes out the way. Simple as that. And then we pick up the graveyard. That was bad. Nearly ended up dead there. The graveyard key. They had a lot of things as well that were related to their own games. See, that rolling jump can be an absolute pain. See how it's sort of throwing me right off the top of there? Unless you it's like acrobatic. If he doesn't land on his feet, he's had it. Right, we need this over here. This is really important. Yeah, you can only carry one at once. Let's carry the bird seed. Right, there's a reason for getting bird seed. Watch this! He says diving the wrong direction. Hang on. Can we get him? Come on down, bird. There! It destroys birds. So we're going to go back this way, because I know there's another one over this way. And we'll do that. The graphics are alright, actually. It's not a bad game. There's a lot said about it, but it's not a bad game. Certain people don't like this game, but I think it's alright. I think it's alright. Maybe I've been brainwashed for years or whatever else it is. So. Right, so we've got a bird here. Let's get this bird with this. See if I can jump up here. Oh, I'm waiting. Silly bird. Come on, bird. Oh, come here. Missed you. Right, I'm going to go up on this roof here if I can get up on... Oh, this is where this stupid rolly thing with his feet. Look at that. What's that about? Come on, Dizzy. Right, there's a pit here which falls away at the moment. You fall in, you walk across it. If you touch the middle of it, it falls away. Yeah, this is why you get upset, because the jump is just flipping mental. Look at that. Now I remember why it's hard, because that jump is just, look at that. Look at that. I can just go so wrong. Oh my god. And now I'm going to drop this like that, accidentally. Yeah. No! Delete. No! So you have to do a jump over to there. No. This seems to have infinite lives, by the way. I've just realised. I'm looking at the top of the screen. It's got infinite lives. It's gonna, look, watch. Oh, maybe not. I think I've got infinite lives. It's obviously a cheated version of this that's on here. So it's a cracked version of it, or a poked version. Poked version's probably more correct. Graphically, it's stunning. It's the jump. It's the jump that's faulty. If he just jumped and didn't do that acrobatic roll, I don't think it would be such a problem. I managed to get past it. Whee! Whee! That kind of jump is what I would expect from him. You see the jump I'm just talking about there, where it just kind of jumped? That's the kind of jump I would expect from Dizzy. It just doesn't make sense. Acme Birdseed. Come on then. That's it. Get rid of him. Ah! Hit an apple. I think I'm dead now. There's an apple in the tree there that keeps getting me. Look, oh look. There's a well there without a bucket on it, so you probably have to get a bucket from the well. Suspect that's the bucket there, is it? No. Dizzy's End. Oh, you need an umbrella to pass under the and you need the key for the graveyard, which I've left behind over there. I think I've had enough of Dizzy. I don't know about you, but I've had enough of Dizzy. So let me find the next game on the list, which is this Micronaut 1. So I'll just quickly search for this Micronaut 1. Micronaut. Can't spell micro. That would help. Micro. Still can't spell micro. Micronaut 1. I have found the game. Right, let's reset the specky and let's have a go. I wonder if it's do you think it'll be 128k? Should we dare? Let's dare 128k, give it a go. Right, it's downloading it now. It's not a long game, so shouldn't take long to load. Peter Cookie. Cook with an E. Oh. Stop. Try it again. Try that again. Would help if I was playing the tape recorder. Micronaut 1. I want to say it's a three-dimensional game, but I'm not sure. As I say, I really can't remember it. Not one that stands out of my mind. All the others on this particular thing, I mean, obviously I don't remember the exact things about the Crash edition of Dizzy, but all the other things on here seriously, stand out to me. They're sort of, and definitely wanted Monty Mole. That's a game that's, that as I say, I didn't mind it. It wasn't one that I tracked down specifically, but it was a game that I think I quite liked the idea of Monty Mole. If I'm honest, I think that's the thing. I think a lot of my friends had it, and I quite liked the idea of it. Micronaut 1. Nexus. It's the name of the company that did it. Peter Cook. 1987. I love it when they change the colours of the bars on the side. It's just one of those little things that really kind of does it. What was that name? That was the one. What was his name? Oh, now I'm trying to remember. The movie Inner Space with... Oh, he went on to do Frequency as well. And I'm not talking about the Netflix TV series. I'm talking about the movie as well, which is actually quite a good movie. But Inner Space, where he went inside a human body. I'm sure that was called something like Micronaut, the little thing that was there. went inside that comedian's body and sort of made his adrenaline go harder, so he was higher, so he could beat people up and things like that. It was quite a cool thing, actually. I quite liked it at the time. It's probably really dated now. Dennis Quaid, that was his name. Dennis Quaid was also in Enemy Mines. Remember Enemy Mines? That was an interesting one. That was where Dennis is a space pilot fighting an intergalactic war against a sort of reptilian race, and he and another pilot he's been shooting at managed to sort of knock each other out and crash land on an abandoned sort of planet, and then they have to work together to survive the elements after a little bit of obviously trying to kill each other again on the planet. But it's quite a good story in the long run. I'm sure, again, dated graphic, in the sense of the effects are probably pretty poor nowadays. But it was quite a good movie at the time. I quite liked it, So it was Enemy Mines, it was Inner Space, Frequency. Not got no particular objections to Dennis Quaid. I think he's done all right for himself with some of the movies. Very. I think at the time, it's a very, if you can describe them as generic, it was a generic sort of movie star of sorts, because I'm sure that there's other people could have fit that role just as easily. And I'm thinking of, what's his name, goes in everything, John Cusack. You could have probably substituted him for John Cusack and still got the same result. Do you know what I mean? It was one of those things. They were very interchangeable. One thing I remember about John Cusack is he turned down Risky Business because he was the biggest star at the time, and Tom Cruise took it, and I think that was a mistake. What did he do instead at the time? There was another movie he did which was just like not. I mean, that'll be because it needs the 1:8. That doesn't, because it doesn't need a 1:8 version. I'm now obsessed. By the way, we must load it. We're gonna try it again, but we're gonna do it in 48K mode and see if we can get to load. Yeah, he turned it down for something else, and I can't remember what the movie was that he turned down it for, because he was kind of the offered Risky Business first, and of course Risky Business kind of made Tom Cruise, I think. So, or certainly started a large portion of his career, because then we had the sort of 80s with him, didn't we? 80s and 90s, and was it 80s and 90s? Ends of the 80s anyway, certainly. I tend to think, in my opinion, though, there's quite a lot of what I would call generic actors that would fit into certain roles. They just fitted. You could have used any one of them and it would have been the same thing. You don't go, wow, it was a Dennis Quaid movie. I don't, anyway. I remember Dennis Quaid because of the various sort of bits and pieces that he's doing currently, So and Frequency, I thought, was a very good movie. It worked very well. The actor who played his son, I think, was a much more interesting actor as such than Dennis, but I don't think I've seen him in anything else since. That's the weird part about it. But anyway, right. Yeah. Okay. Micronaut 1, take 2. It's definitely going to happen this time round, or well. Well, we're moving on to the next one. That's what's going to happen if we don't do this Micronaut 1. So, let's go for it. I don't know what this is, though. Nexus. I don't think. Did Nexus do that fire thing? Fire trap or something similar? Fire. Oh, something fire, and it was really. I didn't like it at all. A lot of people rate it, but I didn't like it. Fire something or other. You're kind of in a building, running around, opening doors, pushing buttons and lifts and things, setting fire to bits and pieces. I don't think it was a particularly good game. I didn't think it was a particularly good game. This is where I've destroyed somebody's childhood. I apologise to those people whose whole childhood I've destroyed by suggesting it was an awful game. Wasn't one of my favourite. I tried very hard to like it, but it wasn't really very good, I'm afraid. It's only a shame I don't have the Crash magazine to go with this, because I could have read you out the articles about it. I'm sure it wouldn't have been very exciting, but I'm sure I could have read the articles. Hopefully, Well, we've got Mooncrester in here, and we've got Wanted Monty Mole. Wanted Monty Mole. I'm leaving that to last, because I'm quite looking forward to playing that one again. I think that's the reason as well. It just happens to be on the list that way, but I'm quite looking forward to actually playing it. I think it's just in alphabetical order, though. Yeah, it is. It's Dizzy, Micronaut, Mooncrester, and Wanted Monty Mole, because it's wanted, you see. It's wanted. It's wanted for crimes against coal and other animals. Bunny rabbits. Wanted Monty Mole. Come on, Peter Cook. Let's get going. Pete Cook. Peter Cook. Who's he? Rings a bell with me anyway. Right, we're gonna. This is gonna work. This. You know something? We're one of those. It's one of those. It's one of those things. It better work. I'm looking forward to it working. Come on. Yes. Yes. No. What's it doing? Oh, don't do that. Right, I have no idea what Micronaut 1 is. It's not loaded. It is not loaded. We have no launch. We have nothing. Nothing whatsoever. That's really, really, really annoying. I do say so myself. Right, hang on a second. Let me see if I can. I'm gonna use the old search engine quickly, and I'm gonna have a little look and see if it'll read. If it jogs my memory. Let's have a little look. Micronaut 1. ZX Spectrum. I think it's an isometric of some sort, but I may be wrong. Yes, Micronaut 1 from Nexus. It... Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. Some kind of drilling brain thing. I was right. It is kind of in the brain, isn't it? Is it? The Guild of Equalizers offer you the full, you a vital first mission to defend a biocomputer. Briefing notes. Right, okay. So it is a sort of 3D game. What a nightmare that hasn't loaded. That looks really good. That one actually. Micronaut 1, 128K Spectrum. Your Sinclair said, "Take my word for this. Is one game. This game is going to be mega." One of the most realistic 3D games ever from Crash. Oh, wow. I feel really bad that we haven't been able to load it. Right, I'm going to take a copy of the screenshot, look, the cassette inlay and all. I'm going to chuck it on the screen for you now, just so that you've got it, so you can have a little look at it and see if you remember it. Did you play Micronaut 1? Is it a game that you played? Is it something you had actually played? Because I need to know. Because I'm really annoyed that I haven't been able to do that one yet. Right, okay, Mooncrester. Let's get Mooncrester on here. Let's do that. Let's get Mooncrester up and running. Let's stick on Mooncrester, and we'll go from there. Right, Mooncrester. Do a quick search for that. I'm gonna have to type that in as well. No, I don't want to exit the application, but I do want to delete that. Moon. Oh, I'm disappointed by that. I'm sorry if we didn't get to that one. I was quite looking forward to that. Right. Okay. Play on tape. Play on there. Oh, here we go. Mooncrester. By Incentive Software. Hopefully this will load better than the last one. We can actually have a little shoot at some things. It's all about shooting things. It's kind of it's a very early sort of arcade shooter. It very much is the sort of those early days of sort of shooting on screen. Very little sort of other than the one screen shooting, which I actually think to some extent some of the Spectrum stuff was very suited for. I always say this about it, but I do think sometimes that the single screen things are much more suitable than necessarily sort of more complex things. However, saying that, Green Beret is one of the greatest Specky games when it comes to sort of arcade and running and whatever else. It's love it. Played it in the last episode of What's on the Tape. It just appeared there. Oh, this doesn't look good either. Look, we've got some crashed stuff on the screen again. Well, we never know. We might get lucky. It might load. Might load. Come on. Having a few issues today with this, loading things. You're not having a good day, little Specky. No, you're not. You're having a bad day. I'm just petting it. It's the approved methodology for making sure the Spectrum's okay. Just giving it a pet. Oh, poor Specky. I've got several others, so if this one doesn't load, we may actually take a minor break. Yes, we may take a minor break and we'll swap Spectrums, I think is the answer to that. So hang on a second, I'll swap the Speckies and we'll go from there. Hang on a second. Okay, Spectrum 2. Let's hope this one goes slightly better than Spectrum 1. Just having a bit of a bad day, I think. Right, okay, let's give this a whirl and see what happens. Okay, it's going for it. This one doesn't work well, it's just the Speckies. Oh! Oh, right, I thought for a minute there we'd stopped already. Oh, I'm bracing myself now for the worst. This one definitely needs a bit of This one needs a bit of TLC. This Specky, it's seen better days. Well, most of the red's worn off the Sinclair. It's a +2 production line I'm using, and the silver is missing off the actual Spectrum +2 art. It's kind of all worn. I rescued this one. I saw it on eBay. It wasn't eBay. It was somewhere else, and I rescued it. And I was like, I have to rescue that because that looks so unwell. It's got scratches across it, and it's not a happy Specky. It's kind of a you know. It still works, obviously, but it's as I say, it has seen a much better days. It's a bit rough around the edges, but it works. It works. Don't you, Specky? I'm petting it, by the way. I know that's. I think I must be strange, but I'm petting my Spectrum. Those are my little babies. Yeah, good Spectrum. Right. Okay. Looks better this one though, because at least we haven't got the corruption on the screen, so we might actually be able to load Mooncrester. Do you know what? I'm half tempted to try Micronaut 1 again now. But anyway, let's do Mooncrester. Let's do Monty Mole. And let us see whether or not I might see if we can do a bonus section at the end, maybe with the Micronaut 1 if I can get it to load. So I might just do a bonus with that if we can do that. So has that crashed? Oh no! Don't know why it was making all that extra noise, but hey, I'll take it. We have loaded. I don't know why there was all that extra noise at the end of the tape. No idea whatsoever. It's all gone and it's over. So we have done with Mooncrester. Right, let's see what's the keyboard is. Keyboard controls, redefine keys. Number 5. Left, right, space to fire, H to hold, A to abort. Yes, that'll work nicely for me. 6 to play. I'm not sure I've ever played this on the Specky. I feel like I should have done. It's a tough game. I've played the arcade version. When they split in half, they get even harder to beat because they're kind of going on more of a rampage around the level. It's a good shooter, actually. It is. It's a good shooter, this one. I do like it. Oh, it got me. Knew that was coming. Doo-doo-doo-doo. One left. That's not so bad. I can handle one. You kind of get this, like, this bigger ship that's kind of like that. Those should have 2 blasters on either side. So it's kind of, it's like you've lost a life, but you've got a better ship out of it. It's just it's bizarre. It's well, no, maybe it's not. Maybe this is your kind of you know, you sent out your scouts to begin with, and now you've got your big one to come out and sort of, you know, your bigger ship to come out to destroy everything else. Now you get even bigger part of the ship. Very good, very close to the arcade in its feel, its look. It's a good game. Oh, damn it. No, go away from me. Get away. That's it, got him. Thankfully they don't shoot, but yeah, it's very close to the arcade as well. Very nice creation of the game. Got to admit, I quite like it. Works really well. Shame I haven't got the full version of it, actually. I've got Terror Cresta as well, which is the next one. That's available as well. It's I'm going to have another go before we move on, to be honest with you. Quite enjoyed that. Moon Cresta. I even get the full screen every time round as well. That's excellent. Yeah, I mean, Terror Cresta's like it's like the next one up, and it's really good as well. I mean, and this is where it started from, but Moon Cresta's nice. Yeah, good game. We definitely played it on the arcade challenge. I'm sure of it. That'll be on my channel as well. Oh, little monkeys. Gotcha. Yes. Ooh, like it. They do kill quite well. Phoenix, that's the game I want. That's the Spectrum game that I really, 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 really want. Been looking for. Phoenix is a conversion of the arcade version. It features very little colour clash. In fact, I don't think it features any, and it's damn near perfect. However, it's quite expensive. I did play that very early on in one of my What's on tapes. Can't even remember what episode or what volume it was, should I say? But it is a game that is seriously worth owning and having. However, I haven't found a decent priced copy of it, to be honest with you. It's a game that I would really like to have in my collection. Especially because I'm so bad at shoot 'em ups, but I really like them. They're one of my favourite things. It's kind of like it's my sort of, I don't know, my gaming candy almost. I just think that the shoot 'em ups are almost the purest kind of game you can get, because it's all about shooting things, and that's basically it. You know, the aim is simple: destroy everything you see on screen. There's very little occasion for anything else to happen. It works really well. Oh, that was naughty. Caught me off guard there with that one. Caught me off guard. Right, okay. I'm going to reset the specky, and we're going to go with Wanted Monty Mole. So I'm going to go find Monty Mole now. Let me just find that. Let's quickly do that. There we go. Monty. I think it's Wanted Monty Mole, isn't it? Wanted. We need Wanted Monty Mole. Wanted. Monty Mole. Monty is innocent. Ooh. Oh. That was the one I was trying to think of. Monty is innocent as the other one. Monty on the Run. No. Oh, there's Monty on the Run as well. Monty Python's Flying Circus. I thought this would be under Monty Mole. Let me just have a little look. Let's see. I'm searching here, but I'm not finding what I'm looking for. What am I looking for? I'm looking for Monty Mole. I'm going to look for it now. Gonna look for it now. Let me see. Monty. What would he be under? Wouldn't be under Wanted Monty Mole, would he? I mean, I can't see why he would be under anything other than Wanted Monty Mole. What's happened there? My screen's gone blank. Oh, sorry about that. Screen went blank for a second there. Let's see if I can find our friend Monty Mole quickly, because we definitely want to play that. So we definitely want to do that. I wonder if it's one of these games that wasn't available to sort of play. Let's have a little look. Let me have a little look. I'm on PC now. I'm having a little look, see what I've got on my Spectrum stuff. Yeah. Let's see if I can find Wanted Monty Mole. Yeah, definitely games. Definitely a tape. Wanted Monty Mole. Wanted Monty Mole. I have got it. Right. Let me just put that somewhere. This is it. Look at this, all complex stuff going on here just to get something downloaded. Let's do that. There we go. Right, let's just load that. Okay, got to download it now. Sorry about this. Oh, I should pause, really, shouldn't I? I want to download that. I'm saving it to my device. Sorry about this. There's a long sort of silences here. Yeah, I was just looking at the file date on it because it's saying about when it was available from this particular date, and it said 18 years ago. That's unbelievable, really. Right. There we go. I think we are ready to go. Let me just push the play on here. Was it a 48k game? I have a feeling it was, wasn't it? So let's do that. Let's do a 48k game. Oh dear. I think it's corrupt. I'm not having the best of times here. I think it's corrupt. It's corrupt. Oh no! Wanted Monty Mole is corrupt. Let's just see if I've got another version of it. Quickly! This is really sad. Sorry about this, guys. Maybe have a little pause here and come back to it. I think that's the answer to the question. Let's try this one. Quickly, I'm going quick. Look, promise, I'm going quick. Going quick now. Right, going quick. One last try. Not been having the best of times with this. Exporting this file. Oh, sorry about the long wait on this one. Save. Right. Select. Add. Play. No, doesn't work. Oh no, it doesn't work. We don't have a working version of Monty Mole. I can't believe it. Monty Mole is a goner from the whole thing. What a disappointing tape. Let me just see. I'm just gonna pop this out here, and what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna see whether or not I can run it from the tape. Let's see if I can get the tape to behave itself and do it from the actual tape drive. Let's see if this tape drive works better than the other one, because that other one was having a bad day, wasn't it? It wasn't a happy bunny as such. I was only gonna have a quick session of this, you know. I wasn't even gonna get into the you know, the nitty gritty of it. I thought we'll just have a quick sort of. Quick session of this, and then we're going to go from there. I can hear emptiness. This tape may not work. This is the tape. There's Monty. Oh, it doesn't sound good, does it? I'm not sure too well about the tape drive in this older Specky. It's, as I say, it's not the happiest of Spectrums. No, it's not looking good. It can barely move the tape, and it's not a tight tape. It can barely move it. It's just not. It needs a tape drive. Oh dear. No, it needs the tape drives looked at. Right. Okay. What we'll do is we'll do another quick pause. We'll do another quick change. We'll do another Spectrum change. This is ridiculous, isn't it? It's getting really silly. We'll do another Spectrum change, and then we'll go from there. So, hang on a second. Back in a minute. Right, welcome back. Let's carry on. Okay, so we're going to get Monty Mole here. New Spectrum. This is a +2A. Oh, that's bytes. We want to be back a little further. That's it. It's better. This is a +2A, slightly newer model. This is the even more Amstrad-y version of the Spectrum +2. Fingers crossed that it's going to behave. That's better. I think my production lines may need a little bit of TLC. I think they're going to have to go off for a bit of a loving. I think is the answer to that. I'm just trying to avoid that. Could be quite expensive. I'll find out though. I'll get that costed up, I think, because I think they both of them are. One of them was just a little bit unhappy there, and the other one was a bit unhappy as well. It's probably why the games didn't work, if I'm honest. Here we go. Monty Mole. Sorry for the delays. Here's Monty with his flashing monocle eye. You see that? Is that Arthur Scargill meant to be in the middle there? Who was kind of the leader of the miners' union at the time. And then, of course, there's a gremlin over there for Gremlin Graphics, because, of course, it was their game when they created it in the first place. But why is Monty trying to belt him in the head with a shovel? There was quite a lot of political games in the 80s. There's another game, and I can't remember its name off the top of my head. Something about being on the dole. I saw it on the while ago. And there was quite a lot of political computer games created at the time, sort of with that in mind. Less corporate things that you can get away with. I mean, Gremlin Graphics being the publisher, but I mean, obviously, there's a moral to the story when you're talking about the sort of the miner strikes and all the other bits and pieces, and the Thatcherite government at the time. So, yeah, interesting. Sorry, this has been broken into so many pieces. This particular episode, it's been a bit annoying for me too. That it didn't work. I'm now coming to the conclusion that production line isn't in the best of shapes, considering the fact that this one seems to be loading it okay. So I might do a few jump skips and what's it called? So jump skips, Jump cuts, that's the words. I might do a couple of jump cuts in a second for various things, because I'm going to try and load that Micronaut 1 again, and I might try loading that Dizzy edition of Crash edition of Dizzy to see what actually happens. How rare, by the way, if you know in the comments below, how rare were the +2As? Because I actually have two of them, and every time I seem to buy a +2, the black versions of them, I seem to get an A. I just maybe it's just me, but I know that the thing about the A was that there's a memory configuration that causes some problems with some games. If you've ever played Paperboy in it, for instance, you get a corruption in the top of the screen, although it still works. I mean, it doesn't. There are a few games out there that apparently don't work because of the memory configurations, but Paperboy says it doesn't, but actually does. But it does have a corruption. It's a bit of an odd one, really. So it's always worked for me fine. So I've never really had a big problem with it. I'm a bit disappointed about my production line not working. Just see if this one will load. Right, it's coming on. It's getting there. I can feel it. It's almost there. I can feel it's almost loaded. We're almost actually on the level. It's almost there. Almost done. I quite like the graphics on this one. It's one of those games that, I want to love and I want to like, and I don't hate it, I don't love it, and I don't, it's kind of, as I said, Jet Set Willy, but fatter. I said that earlier, but it is. It's just like little fat Monty Mole, and he kind of goes around and does various things. Little Monty there. I'm so pleased this is actually loading. I just now feel that I'm going to have to sort out 2 production line spectrums, which isn't exactly the best of things to have to do. But anyway. I suppose that's the problem, though, with almost 30-year-old tech. There we go. That's Monty Mole loaded. Right, keyboard, yes. Let's see if I can work out the controls. See if they're the same ones that they were in the last one. That's up and down, I think. That's jump. So what's left and right? P. All right. O, P, and M. Right. So basically, you've got this is the mine itself. Let me jump up here. We've got to jump this gap, and then we grab this, and then the miner starts chasing us. Watch, here he comes. Ah! Comes and gets us really quick because you have to get the bucket to be able to collect the coal from the mine. So we've got to do that first. So let's go grab this thing. That little fat miner come and gets us. The very long death tune on this game. Remember that now. As I say, Commodore 64 version is so much different in comparison. Right, so we've got to get this thing first. Oh no! There we go. It's dying again. Look at that good old coal-burning power station at the back there. Gigantic pile of coal. Right, 1 life left. Let's see if we can actually get across this. This would be nice. There we go. Go, go, go. No, go, go, go. No! I need to jump onto it. Ah! So tough. What a tough game. I remember this. I'm sure I played this on. I think it features on the Vega. I think I've played it on the Vega. Probably a lot. I don't know if it was easier or not easier because of course it's got a pad on that. Died so fast, 3 lives aren't enough to last the hazards that confront a mole in his search for precious coal. Don't let Monty die in vain. Press any key and try again. Oh, lovely little poem there. Right, let's not let him die in vain. Right. I just ran right past that. Jump straight over there. Here we go. Right, now you see you've got coal in here. You see the miner can't get past me. But the area's blocked. See, there's coal now in here. If you don't get that beforehand, you don't get coal. There we go. That's 1 bit of coal. There we go. 2 bits of coal. Oh, died. Oh gosh, I forgot about the mole body coming out the top. Yeah, this is more straightforward. The Wiedersehen Monty, we played that earlier there. Not sure about the Wiedersehen Monty in the sense that oh god, in the sense that too far to drop there, really. Right, well, at least I can go up now. In the sense that I wasn't entirely sure what I was doing, because, of course, as games go on, they have to make more and more features to make things work. And then if you don't do more and more features, you get accused of not doing enough features, which is quite often happens in computer games. And there's a reason to get the candle. I can't remember what the reason is. Yeah, so you get told off for not doing enough features, but then my feet are still. Really nicely done, because look at the subtlety and the graphics on the crush thing there. It's got two colours in it, so making it feel like it's cylindrical when it isn't cylindrical. Ooh, big words today. Cylindrical. Oh no! It was just over the edge there. I do remember this being quite hard, which is thought, oh my god, why did Monty die so fast? Aren't 3 lives enough to last the hazards to confront a mole in his search for precious coal? Don't let Monty die in vain. Press in a key and try again. I love that. It's quite cool, actually. Right, okay. Oh, God, I nearly committed suicide really early on there. Go. Jump the gap. Go, go, go. There we go. So we go and get our coal. Hey, cool. Let's get some coal from here. Got that coal. Now I just need to drop off there, like that, which is what I did. Should be alright going off there. Hey, I'm doing alright now. I kind of think I prefer this one more than the previous ones. Sometimes the first is the best, if that makes sense. And I think I prefer this one in that sense. Now, there's a reason for collecting that. There's other items, obviously. I'm not sure what that was actually. Is it like a whip or something? I don't know why Monty would want a whip, but anyway. There's like items you have to collect to do things. Let's go down to the next level. Go on, Monty. And we'll go down here. We'll collect this one. Just gonna see how many levels we can actually do as we go along. Oh no! Oh, that was close. Let's shoot one down here. Look, there's a hammer there as well. Because that's what I'm saying. There's a few things you have to collect, and I'm not entirely sure what they have context they have within the game. Ah, fell too far. Damn it! Thought I'd been all right there. Oh! I don't know what happened there. I think I got hit by the brick. It came down too quick, and I got hit by it. There we go. Let's get the hammer. There's some more coal down here. Or is that a key? It looks like a key, that one. I think it's just coal, though. Don't think there's anything more exciting about it than coal. The levels are nicely designed as well. I mean they've got a good feel. I mean if it's meant to be a coal mine, it feels like it's some kind of mine because there's the mine shaft going down the centre of it. Look, as I say, it works really nicely. I definitely think I prefer this though to the next version. I definitely feel like I do. Oh damn! What have I missed there? Do I meant to keep climbing down? I think I'm dead now as well. I think that's it. Yeah, man, Monty fell down so fast. Oh, that's really good. Quite enjoyed that. Anyway, so we've got. I'm going to see if we can do an extra bit here in a minute. I'll let you know if I don't. If I don't, I'll scoot back. But and what I'm going to do is I'm going to load that. See if I can load that Micronaut 1. But if I don't, I'll still do a little end piece for you. So I'll be back in a second, and we'll do one or the other, and we'll see what happens. All right. See you in a sec. So, while I was actually trying to load up the Micronaut thing, I thought, why don't I try the Crash Special version of Dizzy as well and see whether it works from this tape. It looks like I'm having some severe problems with my production line Spectrum, so we'll be going back to the Plus 2A from now on to do what's on the tape, because it looks like this is going to load, so that's a good sign, so that's a good thing. So I thought we'd give it a try, and we'll see what happens with this, with the Crash version. I can't remember what the difference was, though. This is the thing, I can't remember what the specific thing about this particular version was. But anyway, so with a little bit of extra bonus here, we're going to do a little bit more. We're going to go on. Yes! More specky time. I think have they added some extra bits here? I think they put the Oliver twins in the bottom corner and they put Crash at the top corner. That's the one thing I have noticed when we've come back to this. So we've got that. Don't know what the difference with the game will be, but we'll see once we get there. If I can remember the keys. I think it was ZX space to jump and enter. Maybe they fixed the jumps mechanic in it so it doesn't drive you round the twist. Maybe that's what the key factor here is, or the key additional changes. One of the two. So, okay, let's go for it. I'm a little disappointed about productionized Spectrums though. I think they both need a bit of TLC. I've got a couple of bits and pieces that I really need to send off. I was looking at I think it was the Mutant Caterpillar guys. They look quite good for doing repairs, to be honest with you. So, I definitely think those two little machines need a bit of TLC. A little bit of TLC. After all these years, it's probably only fair that they get a little bit of a refresh. Probably some new capacitors and a few other things. I don't know if they've ever had them. They probably haven't, to be honest with you. Especially the one that was very ill. It's a bit yellow. It looks like somebody smoked all over it and scratched it, unfortunately. I do feel sorry for it. I'm not sure there's much you could do for the staining on it, if I'm honest. You can kind of you think about retro brightening, or even nowadays just sitting it in the sun. But I think it would just get rid of all the rest of the colour on the buttons and other things. I think it would just all disappear. So, I'm so sorry about making you sit through a load of faulty tapes there to begin with. That was a bit of a disappointment for you. I'm very sorry about that. We'll rectify that now. We'll rectify the faulty tapes. So. Thank you for putting up with me and, watching 6 minutes of things that are doing it. So, Crash Special Edition, press space to start fire. Oh, look, there's something already different. There's a key there. Right. So, let's have a little look. Oh! That's a bad start. 1 life. Whoa. That's harsh. 1 life? Crash, the latest news, accurate reviews, great value for the Specky, the Oliver twins, and definitive guide to the Sinclair Spectrum. And they don't kick the Oliver twins, and they don't kick the stuffing out of me, Dizzy. Right, so that's what you do when you pick up the key. But you can't pick it up. Right, okay. There's something here. Alright, okay. A mini version lets you play a modified version of the classic cult game Dizzy. The original game has a map that's almost 3 times as large, featuring places as the graveyard, ice mountains. Alright, so it's a demo version. It's a demo version. There's the glue gun. It seems to roll faster on this version. Maybe it's just me. Grease gun. We'll get the grease gun. Only get 1 life as well. Yeah, let's use the grease gun on that because I know how to do it. There's all kinds of extras here. There's some different things. They changed quite a lot of the things. Purse of gold. Let's see what else is in here. I'm going to roll off here and step into here. There's an extra life there. Let's get that. Purse of gold. Oh, so they basically did a demo version for Crash. That was very kind of them, wasn't it? That was very kind of them. There we go. Up onto the lift. Good old colour Crash going mental. I wonder if we can go the other way. Let's see. I'm going to go this way. It's 3 times as large when you get when you buy the full version. Remember that, kids. I'm sure you couldn't walk through that in the original version of Dizzy. Oh, there's the Acme birdseed. Yay! On we go. There's all kinds of things going on here. Loads of different stuff. Oh, I do that every time. Rusty bolt cutters. I'm stuck here now, by the way. No! I don't think there's... you just basically do have to stand on the centre bit of that. Doesn't even have the music. You notice there's no music whatsoever. Unbelievable. Right, let's reset the spectrum. We're going to get a little flash of my upscaler for a second here because this is a different spectrum, and for some reason the upscaler appears on this one. And we're going to go for... we're going to try the loader, and we're going to try this Micronaut 1. This is Micronaut 1 now from the tape. We'll give it a try from the tape. We're going to go for it because I feel confident now that we've solved our problems. Basically, our spectrums were not very happy. I'm thinking... Oh, he says that, and it's just done that. Okay. Disc? That's a new one on me. Right, okay. What's that then? Let's try that again. That was weird. It was after that after that dizzy thing, it's a disc. There we go, Micronaut 1. There we go. Let's start. That's strange. Yes, I'm confident now that the problems were probably down to the tape drive in that old Spectrum. I think. I mean, it probably needs a refresh anyway, but I think the problems are down to the tape drive in that Specky more than anything else. So, I think we're good to go here, and we'll move on back onto the +2A while I get the other two repaired. I think the problem is you find that with the tape drives in them, they get. Everything slackens off with age. Realistically, anything where you've got mechanical movement, you're looking for trouble. You're going to have issues. That's the thing. At some point, some maintenance is going to have to take place. That's definitely the case when it comes to that. Interesting. Now on the tape on the ZX Play ZX version of this, when we loaded this, it had Nexus written in the far corner there. Was Micronaut 1 released by Peter Cook himself in 1988? It was 1987 on the other one. So maybe he took ownership of the rights to the particular game, or maybe Lever left them, and he was the one who released it to Crash in June 1989, possibly. So this again. The title screen has changed on this, not to include the Nexus part, and Nexus being obviously the publisher at the time. That's interesting. That's very interesting indeed. I wonder if he fixed any of the bugs as well at the same time, whether or not that became part of the change to Micronaut 1. Don't know. Very interesting. Actually, that's quite interesting because very rarely, did you ever get other releases of. You got re-releases, but I mean fixed and fault releases. Very rarely happened within the 8-bit generation. They had to work first time every time, and sometimes bugs were game breaking. But this particular, that was one of those things about this generation of of gaming. Had to work first time, and it literally would affect whether or not the job would get done. There's and I don't know if it's still on actually. Netflix, I haven't mentioned it in a while. Nobody has actually. It seems to. It's kind of one of those things. It was like a fidget spinner of a TV series, and it disappeared. Bandersnatch on Netflix. Bandersnatch is like choose your own adventure, but with whatever else is based in this sort of 80s, writing a computer game called of the same name called Bandersnatch, and some of the different endings. There are different endings in there. I'm hoping you've watched it. If you haven't watched it, go have a look because it's great. But one of the endings is basically it's about how he fails to code enough in his new Spectrum game, and they give him less marks on this TV series that was on there at the time, or TV series about sort of games, and sort of giving him less marks because it was kind of rushed and he didn't finish it and it was very incomplete and all this kind of stuff. And that was the thing. You can churn out games in sort of, I don't know, 4 to 6 weeks easily when it was, and of quality games in 4 to 6 weeks in the 8-bit generation. So it's just an interesting thing. That was all. It was just an interesting game to kind of old program to watch. And this is the thing. These games rarely featured updates, and that was the example of sort of them sort of saying, oh well, it wasn't very good because it didn't complete properly. Well, yeah, it's possible, very possible indeed. There are a few games out there that are unfunctional or don't work properly because of that kind of thing. Anyway. Micronaut 1. I did say I'd put a picture of the screen earlier of the actual box because I thought I wasn't going to be able to load this, but I think we're going to be on the way to actually doing this. So this will be a good one. Tape is running nicely. Everything is playing nicely. Everything's going for it. I think I need a +2B. I think I know a man with a +2B who'd actually send it to me as well, to be honest with you. Might ask the question. Because my +2, as I say, mine are all A's, and they sometimes have issues with some games that just don't work. Oh, we're here! Right! Oh, nice title sequence, or nice sort of sequence of sort of moving everything about, rather. Space. Micronaut 1. Care for keys? What's up and down? I'm looking for up and down on the keyboard. See, it's like a mouse cursor. Ah! Space will be that. Let's do keys. Oh, right. SX, accelerate up and down. Space is fire. Q, W. Alright, we'll go with those. That's fine. Setup. Full game, colour panel, sound, scores, play. Ooh, wow. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Wow. Do I just push the button to start? How do I start? Oh, there we go. Wow. I've accelerated my speed. Oh, wow. That's a zapping thing. Look at this. This is a ZX Spectrum, ladies and gentlemen. This is a ZX Spectrum playing a 3D game. Look at that. And it's not just playing it, it's fluid. The motion is good, and it feels like you're in a 3D environment. That is really, really good. Wow. Probably wasn't meant to hit that. No, it wasn't. Okay. Oh, amazing. Look at this. Dear, it was well worth the wait. I'm sorry for keeping you waiting, but this is well worth it. That door's shutting. Oh, there we go. Go this way. That door was shutting there. I'm not sure what I'm meant to be doing. I'm just quite enamoured by the Spectrum running graphics like this. This is quite. That's fast as well. Do you feel the motion? You know, there's a clever. You know what's clever? The cleverest part about it is the motion here shows you one thing, right? The clever part about it is that the floor's got little dots on it, and those little dots are effectively creating the feeling of movement that you've got. That and the walls, the way the walls are, they are giving you that feeling of, I want to kill that thing, whatever it is. Yeah, they're giving the feeling of motion. And it just works so well. Wow. I'm just, do you know something? Okay, I'm not doing very much. I'm just flying around the corridors. But the point is, look at it. Look at me flying around the corridors. I've got no firepower left. I'm not sure what I meant to do without instructions, but that is great. You know, creatures moving around. As I say, very fluid movement, very smooth. It feels three-dimensional. It moves in a way it feels three-dimensional. It just works really well. I mean, as I say, I forget the fact that whatever we're trying to do with the game, I'm just speeding up to full speed. I want to see what it's like when you go full speed. It's still smooth. It's still smooth. With all that stuff going on, it's still smooth. That's just amazing. That is amazing. Oh yeah. I'd have been so delighted I've seen this. Do you know something? But the thing is, I don't even remember playing it. I'm sure I probably had the tape, but I don't remember playing this at all. I bet I even skipped it for some reason. I don't know why I'd have skipped it, but I might have done. Wow. Wow, Micronaut 1. That is a cracking game. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for watching. Thank you for putting up with me this episode. I do apologise for the spectrum and technical problems. But yeah, thank you for watching. Please feel free to like and subscribe. And next week we're definitely going with the non-production line, the +2 ear spectrum this time round. Anyway, I've been your host, Real Genetic Demon. See you soon. Bye.